Qualifying for the 2015 Rugby World Cup is going on this weekend. It'll be either Uruguay or the USA who can clinch their spot in the World Cup, with the winner going into Pool B along with South Africa, Samoa, Scotland, and that Asian qualifier. And the loser continues on in a qualifying playoff. Now, just a short time ago, I sat down with the head of USA Rugby. I'm joined now by Nigel Melvill, the CEO and President of Rugby Operations for USA Rugby, and he has the trophy, the one that was last lifted by New Zealand, the one that was in the hands of Johnny Wilkinson after the 2003 World Cup, the trophy that hopefully the USA is getting closer and closer to lifting. Nigel, since you were appointed to your position in 2006, how have you seen American rugby grow?
Well, I think the really exciting part of it is that we grew from the kids up. You know, we've got the ball, the rugby ball, as you see here. We put it into the hands of children and let them have a real feel about what it's like to carry a ball, to pass the ball, to defend, to be in the offence and score tries. So they really have a great time. And so the kids really have, it's a new momentum, a new generation of kids coming through. And as a result of that, lots of kids now going to high school saying, I want to play rugby. Going to college saying, I want to play rugby. So we've got growth at the youth end, which is fantastic and good for our future. Absolutely.
Now, the reason that you're here and the beautiful, beautiful trophy is here this week is because the USA is facing Uruguay in the second leg of the World Cup qualifier. The first leg, 27-27 draw, and now you're looking for your first win in 2 years on home soil. Why has it been so difficult to win in the USA?
Well, the thing about playing in the USA, we always play the big teams. We're bringing some really big teams, some of the top teams in the world, to come and showcase the game. So we're playing at home against the real big teams, and then we go away and play some of the European teams and win pretty well, and then come home again and play a big team. So this time we've got an opportunity with a team that's ranked below us. They're very good, they're very competent, and we drew last week with them in Uruguay.
Absolutely, a very, very solid play, too, out of that game. I want to ask you about the actual program because, you know, when we saw hockey evolve in the USA in the 70s, they looked towards the Soviet program. When soccer started to maybe take even more attention in America, look towards European programs. Is USA Rugby looking towards any programs out there or any ways of playing or any sort of clinics or anything?
No, we're looking at developing our own style, but we're also looking at the American sporting model. What's right for the kids? What do the parents understand? Let's reinvent our game around the sporting model that works for other sports here. So really that's what we're doing and developing the game in that way.
And like you said, there are still a number of very young players out there. USA Rugby is still growing, developing, young squad. There's 3 guys on the squad right now that were in college at this time last year. There's 2 guys on the squad right now that are currently in college and splitting their time between their college teams and the U.S. national team. What are the challenges that come with such a young team?
Well, I think, first of all, it endorses our strategy of getting some young kids to play the game, because these kids that are coming to the Eagles now are getting younger and they're getting more competent in terms of their skill development. The challenges are, it's a club sport at universities. There aren't as many full varsity programs around. It's getting the geography is always a challenge to make sure we get all our players playing together and playing at a higher level. So there's lots of challenges like that. And of course, financially, it's expensive to travel around the country and play games.
All right, Nigel, thank you very much for joining us. And thank you for bringing in this beautiful, beautiful trophy.
It's a pleasure.
And when we return, we are going to get into one of the most intense NBA games in really quite a while. This one was big and it was feisty.
Stevenson got a double checker.